Bless you, Wendy, Survivor's most chaotic player ever. Wendy first terrorized the Manu tribe with her injured ankle and her refusal to let anyone kill a chicken and her theft of the flint, and tonight, even with a whole new tribe, Wendy was still at it. Jeff had all the players drop their butts and pick new ones, forming 3 tribes instead of 2. What ended up happening was that Kama was divided into 2 between Manu and Kama. All of the former Manu, which was now very small, ended up on one tribe together, named Lisu, except Wendy. Wendy stayed on Manu as the only person left with new tribe mates. She was thrilled with her new tribe mates and shared every piece of info she had about her former tribe, until her new tribe expressed desire to kill the chickens. Wendy first tried to convince them to wait until the chickens laid eggs, but then in the night, she gleefully set the chickens free. Remember, she is not a vegetarian. The rest of her tribe immediately knew she was responsible for letting the chickens go, but the chickens didn't really go very far despite Wendy's best efforts, so everyone else planned to kill the first one they could catch, even as Wendy begged, "You're my best tribe, you're my tribe mates." Then, with some major help from Wendy, the new Manu won immunity, and Lisu lost once again, meaning they had to go to tribal without the original easy vote they thought they had, and Wendy has several more days at least to see what other chaos she can cause. Either she's living on extremely borrowed time, or she's going to end up winning this whole season. The former Manu tribe then had to head to tribal while they all loved each other, and at first it seemed like they were getting rid of Lauren, who had basically stopped eating because of how nauseous the rice was making her. But Lauren was confident enough to not use her idol, and it ended up being Rick's turn to head to the edge of extinction to be sad and cold with Green Keith and Chris. Will Wendy survive another week next week despite her questionable chicken decision? Something tells us that yes, she will. Scroll down to see some of the other major decisions and disasters that Survivor players have faced over the years. Wendy clucks up. Oh, Wendy, the Survivor, Edge of Extinction player made it her mission to keep any tribe mates from eating the chickens they had won, even though she's not even a vegetarian. She first even stole the flint, so they would have trouble making a fire to cook the chicken. Then, when she got an entirely new tribe in a switch-up, she followed through on her plan to set the chickens free in the dead of night. She was positively gleeful about having done it, and we were positively confused about this move in terms of strategy. Then gets nullified. The David vs. Goliath dynamic finally evened out several weeks into the merge when the Davids, with 3 advantages on their side, outwitted and outplayed the Goliath to send Dan home with the help of a stolen vote and the first ever use of the idol nullifier by Carl, which rendered Dan's precious immunity idol totally useless. The look on Dan's face was incredible, and Carl proved he might be a dark horse in this competition as he celebrated with a jubilant "Bing, no joke, we were clapping." Storms they comin'. Season 37 tortured the castaways with some of the worst weather ever, forcing them to compete in torrential rains and even causing a game-ending injury for one contestant during a boat ride on choppy waters. Every single contestant had to be evacuated during the cyclone in the 5th episode, which meant they had to be sequestered in simple comfort-free tents with no talking amongst themselves allowed to preserve the game. The weather also resulted in one of the funniest episodes to date. Jacket racket. Okay, this wasn't shocking at all, but we may never stop thinking about it, so we're memorializing it here anyway. You see, in season 37, the weather was very bad, and everyone was very cold. Angelina was especially cold, and all she wanted was a jacket. First, she wanted Lairs's jacket, but Natalie tried to get Nick to give up his jacket to keep him from going home, and it all ended with Natalie going home, jacket in hand. "Natalie, is there any way I could have your jacket?" asked Angelina. Natalie didn't respond, even after Angelina started timidly calling, "Natalie, Natalie," as she got her torch snuffed out. Natalie then put her jacket on to say her last words and declared that if a jacket was part of the reason she was leaving, she wasn't going to be giving it up. Maybe you had to be there, but we promise it was highly entertaining.